Giving you information we judge you need, and also a space for public discussion. Community Watch, only on Focus FM. Okay, another Kwaku was also joined us in the studios for continued discussions on Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's overthrow and his legacy. Okay, let me move on to William Ofriata, Media Relations Officer of TESCON MPP on the campus. Kwame Nkrumah's overthrow, 44 years.
Well, good evening to your listeners. Indeed, we are talking about one of the greatest sons of Africa, and we are talking about Nkrumah.
Would you also call yourself an Nkrumahist?
Oh no, I'm not Nkrumahist. I think
he can't be one.
I don't think you have been fair to me. You know my background.
The way you started, okay, you carry on.
But I'm being objective and fair. That's all. Okay. You know who they can't fit.
Let them wear it.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. No wonder he was actually awarded as African of the Century. If you compare African of the Millennium, yes, African of the Millennium. Thank you for your correction. African of the Millennium.
When was that?
In fact, comparing people like Nelson Mandela, Julius Nyerere, and co. Even though we can say that all these people are great people, but I believe Nkrumah stands tall among all these people. If you look at the history and the background of Nkrumah, I think Nkrumah is somebody who didn't come from a very good background, if I may put it that way. You know, he actually struggled to attain the highs that he actually attained during his time. I think the emergence of Nkrumah in Ghana started in 1948 when Akwajei actually informed other members of the Big Six that he knows somebody who can actually help in Ghana's cause to achieve independence, and therefore invited Nkrumah from London. And actually Nkrumah, when he came, he actually performed to the admiration of all Ghanaians. 1951, Nkrumah, somebody who was in prison, actually won an election with 22,780. I believe it is something that was unheard of at that time. Somebody in prison win an election. Then 1957, actually, Nkrumah, together with other members of the Big Six, helped Ghana to attain independence. Then 1960, declared Ghana as a republican status, as a republican country. Excuse me. Then 1962, I believe there was an attempt. It's a fact. I don't even believe it's a fact. There was an attempt on Nkrumah's life in faraway Kulungungu, and because of that, I believe Nkrumah, like all mortals, actually did something that shouldn't have been done. Declared this country a one-party state, with Nkrumah being the president for life. Then 24 February 1966, I believe finally he was overthrown, and that ended the reigns of Nkrumah in Ghana. I've recounted all these historical facts not to actually malign Nkrumah or denigrate him, as it were, but as human as we are, if Nkrumah had been a little bit cautious, I don't think we would have had some negative sides for us to talk about today. People talk about the attempt on his life in Kulungungu, and therefore declaring Ghana as one-party state was justifiable. I take an exception to that, because as a president, so can we say today, if there is an attempt on the life of a president, please, Rashid. No, please. Today is special.
You carry on.
If there's an attempt on president's life, do we say out of that something should be done to the extent that even the constitution should be breached? The answer is no. So in as much as Nkrumah, we all hail him as the African of the millennium, indeed that aspect he didn't perform. And I believe it's time we have to acknowledge some of these things. He was a great man by our standards, as already stated. But these are some of the shortcomings that sometimes we have to emphasize as we are actually commemorating the 44th, the 44th, overthrow of Nkrumah. I believe Nkrumah, if he had done things a little bit different, excuse me, please. If he had done things a little bit different, I believe you have stood tall among all his peers. But some of these things actually brought him down.
Okay, thank you very much. That's from William Oforianta, the Media Relations Officer of TESCON NPP on the campus here.